This is not the first time in the past couple of years that our republic has been attacked by a would-be assassin who sought to kill. In Butler, Pennsylvania, less than 2 years ago, you all know that story, and in Palm Beach, Florida, a few months after that, we came close. We really had, again, we had some great work done by law enforcement. But in light of this evening's events, I ask that all Americans recommit with their hearts in resolving our difference peacefully. We have to resolve our differences.
That's President Trump on Saturday night calling on Americans to resolve their differences peacefully as the nation grapples with yet another attempt on the president's life. A gunman rushing the Secret Service checkpoint at the Washington Hilton during the White House Correspondents' Dinner Saturday night. Police say the 31-year-old from California was armed with multiple weapons as he opened fire. He did get one shot out on a Secret Service officer, but he was wearing a bulletproof vest and will be okay. The suspect, meanwhile, is expected in court today for arraignment. Law enforcement telling Fox News he had a manifesto outlining his intent and his motives, including targeting Trump and Trump administration officials. The president is now emphasizing the need for the White House ballroom. I spoke with him yesterday, and he told me that a room like that cannot be secured because you've got thousands of people sitting on top of one another, and we need a ballroom. Then he also posted this. He said the event would never have happened with the militarily top-secret ballroom currently under construction at the White House. It cannot be built fast enough. Joining me now is Florida Senator Rick Scott, a member of the Senate Homeland Security Committee. Senator, it's good to see you. Thank you so much for being here, and your colleagues, Democrats on your committee, are investigating the White House ballroom financing. We know the taxpayers are not even footing the bill. It's all donors. Where do you think that stands now?
Well, Maria, first off, this has to stop. I'm glad that President Trump and the First Lady are safe, and I'm glad everybody there was safe. And I want to thank the Secret Service and all law enforcement for what they do. We do have to get more information, and I hope they continue to put out all the information so every American is informed of what's going on. But Democrats are going to have to start showing up. I mean, this is ridiculous. Not funding Homeland Security, trying to stop a ballroom. It's all just Trump derangement syndrome. Not paying Secret Service, not calling out people that want President Trump and other elected murdered. There's a guy, Hassan Piker, that says all capitalists ought to be killed. He glorifies the killer of the United Healthcare CEO. He wants me killed. And these Democrats go campaign with him, go to Cuba and campaign with him, go to Michigan and campaign with this guy. Democrats are going to have to decide. We want a safe country. Look, I might completely disagree with the presidency of Obama and Biden. I didn't want them murdered. Democrats won't even call out these people for who they are. They want President Trump. They want people, Republicans murdered all across this country, capitalists murdered. This has got to change. Democrats are going to have to start acting like individuals that want safety for all Americans. Fund Homeland Security. We have people dying because of illegal aliens. They don't care. I mean, I've got a picture. These are 4 young women killed by illegal aliens. And Democrats say they don't care. President Trump has 3 assassination attempts. They don't care. This is despicable. They need to, they need to show up and act like Americans.
Yeah, it's true. You're right. They need to show up. There was one Democrat, Marie Gluesenkamp Perez, who publicly said on Twitter yesterday or the day before, stop trying to kill President Trump. Stop trying to murder President Trump, she posted. It's just amazing that we haven't heard more of this. No, you're right. Now, suddenly, funding DHS has become an urgency for the Republicans, but not so for your colleagues on the left. I spoke with your colleague, Ron Johnson, yesterday, and Jason Smith, the head of the House Ways and Means Committee. So I want to get your take on that. Here's what they told me yesterday. Watch this.
We need to hold a vote right away on Monday or Tuesday to take up the House bill that fully funds DHS, and all we need is 7 Democrats. Yeah. So if we don't get that, again, I've been pretty public about agreeing with President Trump. We need to end that filibuster. This gridlock, this obnoxious obstruction by the Democrats cannot go on.
Is this going to be the incident that gets your colleagues on the left to actually come along and help you fund DHS? Do you think this accelerates that this upcoming week?
It certainly should. So many of the Senate Democrats ran as moderates. Now, are they really? Let's have those 7 Democrat moderates. I know John Fetterman will step up the plate. You know, where are the other 6 that'll step up the plate in this moment of national danger? After this moment, we want a safe and secure nation. Why the left? And why Democrats are supporting the radical left who want to defund police, want to defund ICE and CBP? I don't get it. All we need is 6 more Democrats to join us to fund all of DHS.
You just said you need 6 or 7 Democrats. That's assuming you have 100% support from Republicans.
Oh, we will.
100%?
Yes, for funding DHS, absolutely. We've taken vote after vote after vote. Senate Republicans have voted to fund all of DHS. It's the Democrats that refuse to do that.
Now,
the radical left has been filibustering the funding of the Department of Homeland Security for 72 days now. We need to use every tool we possibly can. We need to be back in Washington on Monday or Tuesday, and I think it should be Monday. There's a bill setting over on the Senate side right now to fund all of Department of Homeland Security that's continued to be filibustered by the radical left Democrats. There's a bill in the House of Representatives that funds all of Department of Homeland Security except for ICE and Customs and Border Patrol. Let's at least start taking things off the table. Get it funded, move on. The Secret Service deserves to be paid for. The Coast Guard, FEMA, you name it, all of this should be funded.
the idea that we are in the middle of a war and the Department of Homeland Security is not fully open and funded is just extraordinary. Do you believe you have 100% support to do that from Republicans? Then what do you need? 6 or 7 Democrats?
It's absolutely reckless that people aren't doing it. But in the Senate, without a doubt, all 53 Republicans will vote for it. We need 7 Democrats to join in. If there's a lapse in government funding, that filibuster should go out the door and things should be passed with 51 votes. And that would incentivize every senator to come to the table, work together. But if they don't, the filibuster should be out the door in the times of a lapse of funding like we're in right now for the last 72 days.
So what about that? What about that, Senator?
Well, number one, we ought to take a vote, when we get back there today, we ought to take a vote on funding all of Homeland Security. If they don't do it, first off, we should never have been in this position. We should never have allowed all the Democrats' priorities being passed in January and then ours not being passed, Homeland Security. But if it doesn't pass, then we either have to have a talking filibuster and make people talk, the Democrats talk, or get rid of it. Because it was never supposed to stop a budget or stop a bill. It was stop debate. So we do one of 2 things. Either Democrats are going to come along or we're going to get rid of the filibuster.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, a talking filibuster is not going to do anything. You've got all those, the Byrd rules that put you on handicap to you can't really do anything in terms of the talking filibuster. So the question is, are you willing to take that move? Are you willing to actually push to get rid of the filibuster?
We don't have a choice.
But John Thune would say you don't really have the support in the Senate to do that.
Well, I think let's put everybody on the record. We have to fund government. We have to fund Homeland Security, TSA, Secret Service, Coast Guard. I mean, what are the Democrats doing? And if they won't, it was never supposed to be done this way.
And real quick, Senator, before you go, on the Iran package, I know that they are wanting the president to consider their latest plan, but they don't want to talk about nuclear weapons until, quote unquote, later. You've been talking about Turkey a lot, that Turkey has been complicit. You wrote this: the country that funds Hamas, the Muslim Brotherhood, hates Israel, loves Russia and Iran. Good luck getting the F-35, F-16, and any other American-made defense platform to Erdogan.
Turkey, Qatar, they're never going to get the F-35. They should never have access to any American defense system. We shouldn't have a base in either country. They're not our allies. They don't support Israel. They support Muslim Brotherhood. They support Hamas. They're not our allies. Let's wake up.
Senator, it's good to see you this morning. Thank you so much. We'll be watching your work for sure. Rick Scott. We'll be right back.